Welcome to By the Numbers. I'm FM Tahiti and I hope you're all doing well. In this episode we're going to play the Crusaders reserves in the semi-final of the Northern Irish Steel and Sons Cup. We've been doing alright in the cup. I'll show you a few of the results we've had in just a second. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who's been following and liking and commenting. The comments are really nice. It's really nice to kind of interact and have a chat with you all. We've had a chat about just how good Northern Ireland is as a kind of league to play in. And I've just noticed that the FM editor, who's done the 10 level England sort of database edit, is also doing one for Northern Ireland all the way down to level 7, I think. So we're at level 3. So level 7's pretty deep considering the standard that we're at this level. If you're interested in playing Northern Ireland, if by the time this video comes out, that database will probably be out. I would give that a go because that gives you a lot of options. And if you're just generally interested in it, Northern Ireland's really worth a go. It's really good fun. I'm really enjoying the save, and it's all I can do really to stop doing too many episodes too far in advance. One of the things I am going to be doing though is doing quite a few episodes quite far in advance because it's currently. Let me see, what day is it? Is it the 12th? No, it's the 11th. 11th of December for me. By the time this comes out, it'll be closer to Christmas. It should be the week before Christmas, I think. And over Christmas, I'm going to be pretty busy, like most of us. So I'll probably release fewer videos anyway. Might release one on the 23rd, and then release one on the 27th or something like that. And then a couple before sort of New Year's, so I'll have a bit of a plan for that. But I'm going to be away the weekend before seeing family. Then there's going to be the whole, my wife and her family love Christmas much more than I do, a bit of a Grinch in comparison, but they will be doing all sorts of stuff, so I won't be recording. I'll be off having Christmassy fun, so I want to get a kind of backlog of videos up. So if you, from this video kind of onwards, if you said that you want to see something or you want me to do something in the next video and it's not happened, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because these have already been recorded and I will come back and look at stuff as and when you kind of want to. So that's kind of the housekeeping for this. Let's have a look and see where we've kind of got to. So I think, I can't remember when the last match was that we played. Was it Armagh or was it Banbridge? It was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Or was it all the way up here? We might play quite a few. But basically, we beat Dungiven in the Steels and Sons Cup. We beat Glebe 1-0. We managed to draw against Armagh. And to be honest, they were lucky. That 90+2 goal. Ballyclare, we managed to get a draw. And they were kind of dominant for the first half. Then we were. But everyone was playing reasonably well. It was a nice performance. Overall. Then we beat Newtown 1-0 in the Steels and Sons Cup quarter final. Again, 1-0 makes it look like it was a bit closer than it actually was, but pretty dominant. I actually rotated a few players in to give them a bit of a chance. Intermediate Cup, and so this is another cup that the board don't really care about. We won 2-0 against Crew United, another non-league side. Then we drew against Wakehurst in the league again. So actually, if you look at the league results, draw, loss, win. You have to go back to September for our last win in the actual league with all these cup matches in between. We got a draw, which is alright. Will do us for the moment. It just keeps the points going. And now we've got Crusaders in the semi-final, and then I'll play these two off camera, I think. We've got St James's Swift twice, a non-league side, in the intermediate second round, and the Irish Cup fourth. And if we look at what the board want from us, Club Vision, they don't care about the Steels and Sons Cup, and they don't care about the Intermediate Cup. I imagine they might care if we won it, but they're not judging us on this. The Irish Cup, they just want us to be competitive, so I imagine us beating St James Swifts should be enough to get us through in that one. So they're reserving judgment, they just want us to be competitive. So I think be competitive slightly up from they just don't care. And I think be competitive essentially means beat the teams you should beat. And if you lose against a team that's much better than you, then that's what we expect. That's fine. Just compete appropriately, which I think is why we got passed for the County Antrim Shield, because we played Linfield and we lost to Linfield narrowly, and they're in the Premiership. So doing all right here. The board are pretty happy. We've got a B so far. Anything else to tell you about really competition-wise? If you look at where we are in the league, we are third, so we're just outside of the playoff spot, but not by 2 points. It's all to play for. Donegal Celtic are starting to run away with it now. They're starting to put a bit of distance between them and everyone else, but it's not completely out of touch by any means. But I'd just be happy with the playoffs, to be honest. So we've got Crusaders to play next. And before we do, there's one last thing I want to talk to you about. So I mentioned the Fox in the Box 101, FM 101 videos. They're really worth watching. There's a second one out now as I'm recording. The first one was all about training. And if I find... where's training? There it is. Go to the individual bits. I've ordered them on their training rating. And what I've been doing is ever so slightly different from Fox in the Box. Fox in the Box is basically saying everyone above 6.6-ish you could probably praise if you want to, because 6.6 is sort of the expected, that's the turning up and doing a job bit. I'm just going for the ones over 7. So I've been going around and individually praising them at the end of the month, not every week, just at the end of the month, because they're only on part-time training, and then criticising all the ones at the bottom. And overwhelmingly, when you criticise the ones at the bottom, you get a pretty positive response from them. They don't appear again for that month. That's what I've been finding anyway with mine. And the ones who are positive, the majority give you a pretty good positive response. I've had the occasional, I don't think I've been training that well, but thanks. So not the kind of full-on throwing the toys at the pram approach that some have gone for. But it's well worth playing around with and having a go. So have a look at the Fox in the Box videos. They're always good anyway, but the 101 series are full of really good sort of tips. So we're going to play Crusaders now. Now I've talked your ear off, but there's just some stuff I wanted to get through really. So playing the reserves. So in the Steel and Sons Cup, and I think in the Intermediate Cup, I think even in some of the other kind of local cups that we're not included in because of the regionality of it, but sometimes the Premiership teams will play in them, sometimes they will send their reserves instead, depending on the cup. So the Steels and Sons is one of those ones where they send their reserves. And in Northern Ireland, they're normally called the reserve team, or sometimes they'll be called Swifts or juniors. So that's why you've got, like, in some competitions, you'll see the Linfield Swifts playing. It's because it's their junior team. Bit of Northern Ireland facts for you there. So against their reserves are pretty good. If you look at Darren MacArthur's, from what we can see for a 17-year-old, he's pretty good. Actually, I said they're pretty good, and then, well, he looks good. Chris Thompson looks good. We can't actually see that much, but basically the impression I get from how they've done well in the competition and the few attributes I can see, they look like they're as good as us, if not better. So on one hand, the press said, we must be really happy that we've been given this as a draw, because it means we should get through nice and easily, is what they're kind of going for with that. But I'm not convinced. Can I actually grab him? Allen on for Downey, then Downey on for Mitchell. Now we probably want Lynch on for Gordon. And we've got a reasonable bench there. Hughes is getting a bit shirty that he's not playing, but I managed to calm him down. So yeah, the press said, we must be really pleased that we've been more or less given a pass to the final because we've got the Crusader reserves. And we've missed out on playing, first teams in the other semi-final. In one sense, that's kind of true. It is a kind of that. It is kind of a generous draw in that sense. And that's reserve team, but actually because they're a Premiership side and a pretty well established Premiership side, Crusaders are a reasonably big team. Like, they're not necessarily winning the title every year kind of team, but they're top flight for the long haul. They're there, so their reserves have the potential to actually be really good. So I'm not I'm not convinced it's going to be a nice, easy match, especially now Lynch is injured straight away. 17 minutes in. Let's bring on Warwick. Pretty good. I do quite like Niall Gordon though. He has been playing pretty well. No, let's go for Warwick, and then we can always bring Niall Gordon on if we need to bring Robinson on off, or Warwick off or something like that. We've got options on the wings, got a bit of flexibility. Go on, Bonis, takes it down. He's quite good at that. Good ball through for Scott. He just couldn't finish it. But that was a nice lofted ball in by Bonis. Bonis and Scott are actually playing quite well together, even though they've got one of those dotted lines saying they don't. Oh, Bonis header. Bullet header right at the keeper. Tipped over there, so it's not got in. Oh, long ball by them, straight into touch. We're starting to sneak ahead in the kind of match stats. We've not had any dangerous chances, just the one, well, two really, include the header. I really do want to get to the final though, I want to win it this time. Good long ball by Ray from the throw-in. Bonis rounds that player and then goes long. Scott, no, he can't finish. Blocked. I don't think he would have got that in anyway if it hadn't been blocked. It was the wrong kind of angle for him. Yeah, Bonis and Scott have got a good partnership when you look at it in the game. But according to this tactics screen, they don't have a good partnership. I don't really see how that's the case. I know we're underdogs, give it everything, they don't care. Fine, be like that. I'll shout at you later on in the match. I need to start using these touchline shouts more often, they can be quite useful. I treat myself to one of them a match if I remember. I don't ever use it. Oh, they're coming in. Well held by Robinson. I really don't want this to go to penalties. Just because it means we'll have wasted more time in the match. It'll take us longer to get to this stage. Also, I'm not convinced we would win on penalties. Ray's going for the long throw. Back out to Ray. And Robinson works some magic. They're pushing us back. All the way back to the halfway line. So we can go long. Oh, Scott was almost through, and he almost got the rebound as well then. And now we're gone. Oh, they managed to keep that one on. Now they go long. Keeping the ball in play pretty well. Oh, Robinson just managed to save that long shot. Long shots are his weakness. He's a good goalkeeper generally. Much better than we had with Gibbons. Which you can read about in the article I wrote for Dictate the Game if you want to. But long shots tend to get past him a little bit. I do worry when the long shots come in. Alright, what we're going to do. Let's move Warwick over for Robinson, because Robinson's actually been reasonably quiet. Let's bring Gordon on. We will keep it the same for the moment. For the last 5 minutes we might bring on Macklemore, whatever he's called, just for some fresh legs up front, but otherwise we'll keep the faith in Scott. Go on, Warwick. Oh, down he goes for the long shot and just brutalises that player in front of him. Managed to keep hold of it. Oh, that was a poor pass back to Ray, and Ray's lost it, and they're on the counter. Robinson saves it. It was a tame shot, but that was all Ray's fault. To be honest, maybe we need to replace Ray. On Clark, because Ray is on a yellow card. So Scott's going to stay on no matter what now. Shout at them. Get creative. Get creative is always a nice one. 4 of them are inspired. 1 of them is pressured. So the defender is pressured by the feedback. Which is fair enough. It must be quite tough to be a defender who's been asked to get creative. Right, so we're going into extra time. Dig in. Yep, gaining confidence. Shouldn't have taken us this long. Match stats wise. Actually, it's pretty even now by the... We had the first half, they had the second. And they look absolutely knackered. When you look at their condition, they've got players on 39%. Match goes on for much longer. We should kind of sneak it just because we're fitter. But at the moment, they're keeping hold of it pretty well. Good under pressure, these lot. I feel like there might be a goal coming. Oh no, that's going to be a red card, isn't it? They're like some kind of weird scissor tackle. Yeah, that was a shocking tackle. Right. How screwed are we? Very. Very would be the answer. Right, Scott's going to come down and play on the right wing. That's all I could do with that. I'll turn Bonis into an attacking target, man. There's no way around this. We don't have anyone, no subs we can make. No one else. Weird, down in this view here it says unknown for the roles, which isn't unknown because I told them that. It's my team, I know what they are. Might just be a skin issue. Right, so we're a man down. We only have to survive 15 minutes now. What was that, Scott? Cheeky back heel to no one. Get it in. Set piece goal. Bonis. Almost back across the face of goal. Long again. Oh, Gordon. Oh, Bonis sneaks it in from the cross. I'm not going to set up any time wasting or anything like that. There's only 5 minutes left. And I think we'll invite too much pressure if we do that. Clark goes long. Gordon sneaks into the edge of the box and then squares it for Bonis just to tap in. It has taken them long enough to do that. But pleased. He's onside. Don't need to see that again. So they've gone 3 up front now in response to this. They might have already been at 3 up front. They're just swapping people around. Oh, they almost scored there. They were offside in the end, but that was close. And they go long again. Martin's past our defence. Squared. Safe hands. The final whistle's blown. We're through to the final. We didn't have to worry about penalties. Congratulations. You're all going to make it to the final. Well done. Everyone is pleased with that, as they should be. What are the other semi-finals? Going the long way around. So Donegal have got to play Distillery, who are a championship side team led to this. We've got Donegal or Distillery in the final, and we'll come back to that final because we want to win it. It'd be good to play our rivals in the final. I'm also really glad we're not going to be playing Ballyclare because we've got such a terrible record against them. But there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.